You might not realize it, but you're being poisoned daily by the Western media.
More than 1 million people might die.
Pandemic tsunami.
It's those misleading stories about China and the COVID outbreak that are slowly infiltrating your mind and distorting your reality.
How many people are dying right now?
We don't know. I mean, much more than what they're reporting.
Much more.
It's funny, but those media stories and cigarette ads have a lot in common. Both are designed to influence your behavior and persuade you to do something, like buying a certain brand of cigarettes that they know is bad for you. And they both use sneaky tactics to achieve their goals. One tactic is presenting incomplete information. Cigarette ads may downplay the risks of smoking or exaggerate the benefits of their products. And Western media stories about China's COVID response often highlight ghoulish scenes but downplay the effectiveness of Beijing's policy. For example, this New York Times story is titled "Tragic Battle on the Front Lines of China's COVID Crisis." Instead of saying outnumbered and working sick, a more objective way of describing the situation could be some medical staff are overworked and some falling ill during a period of high patient volume, which would convey that the situation is challenging but not doomed. But their nefarious goal is to elicit fear, anger, and disappointment towards China. So neutrality and objectivity must be avoided at all costs. And that's how they poison you without you ever realizing it. Have you ever watched the TV show Mad Men?
Advertising is based on one thing: happiness.
There's a character named Don Draper who is tasked with creating a campaign for Lucky Strike cigarettes. He comes up with a slogan: "It's toasted."
It's toasted.
It's toasted. I get it.
Which lets Lucky Strike stand apart by highlighting how its tobacco was toasted rather than sun-dried.
It's toasted to taste even better.
The campaign is a success and helps Lucky Strike stay on top. But what's overlooked is that cigarettes, toasted or not, could kill you. And the Western media often shows the same indifference to the truth and the well-being of its consumers with its China coverage. Have you heard of the term poisoning the well? It's a tactic that involves introducing negative information about someone to prejudice the audience against them. Doing so undermines the victim's argument before they even have a chance to present it. Negative emotions play a big role here, so the goal is to stir up negative sentiments in the audience. Here's a particularly offensive example. On December 23rd, CNN's Selena Wang warned,
The burning can't go fast enough.
The smoke behind me, it's been billowing constantly from all the bodies that are burning.
as she gestures towards what she claims are stacks of dead bodies in body bags. The allusion to the Nazi burning of Jewish bodies at Auschwitz and Treblinka is appalling. Poisoning the well manipulates the emotions of the audience. It's often used in political campaigns and can be very damaging to the reputation of the person or group being targeted. Actually, when you combine poisoning the well with relentless repetition, it creates a Pavlovian hostility towards China, which contaminates the minds of many people worldwide. Remember Don Draper from Mad Men? He was a smooth operator, but immoral. He helped tobacco companies sell cigarettes without caring that they were deadly. And what about those journalists at CNN and the New York Times? They're just like Don Draper, profiting from peddling poison and death. These are bad people, and we shouldn't let them forget it.